In this video, we're getting the platinum for Dave the Diver, an indie game half roguelike, half management, where you dive to catch fish and then serve the fish you caught in your sushi restaurant. The game starts by giving you the basics. You can dive 2 times a day, one in the morning and one in the afternoon, and that's where you get not only fish, but also condiments, blueprints, and scrap. You can also find some guns and equipment, but you're not able to keep this when you exit the water. So it works exactly like a roguelike, where the fish and the items you get change from one run to another. You'll be working at the restaurant on the evening, and here's where you'll serve the fish you caught before. And it works just like those cell phone games where you manage a restaurant. You decide the evening's menu based on what you caught, serve the clients, and clean the tables when needed. But it's not just that. There are NPCs that give you quests, asking you to retrieve stuff from the ocean and help them with their research. So for the first chapter, we are tasked to find remnants of sea people, a species that they believed used to live in the ocean. And we also got a few trophies related to fishing and upgrading equipment. Made first equipment upgrade. Alright, so this is going to be our first trophy. Mr. Melee caught 20 fish with melee weapons. When you're at the restaurant, you can improve recipes. That makes them more expensive for the client, but also better quality. I got this trophy for upgrading 5 recipes. Culinary Master. Enhanced 5 dishes. And I also got a trophy for getting bronze level on Cooksta. This is one of the apps of the game. It's like an Instagram for food. Getting these ranks up allow you to put more dishes in the menu, which is great for money. Influencer. Reached bronze level in Cooksta. Then, at the ocean, I was trying to hunt a shark for one of the quests, where a critic shows up at the restaurant and Bancho says he'll make her shark head. I failed my first attempt, losing all my oxygen and ending my run early. But at least I got this trophy. Saved Dave. First time bringing Dave back from the brink of death. And then another one, when I finally got the shark. Sometime after, on that same dive still, I went deep enough to be able to find the artifacts that the NPC was looking for, revealing what looked like a huge octopus in the background. Dave said we should get back to the boat, so I ended the run there. The NPC came to retrieve the artifact and asked for help with more stuff. He pays well, so that's fine for me. Then back at the restaurant, there are these recipes you can research. When you do, you add that dish to the restaurant. I was researching the available ones when this trophy popped. Culinary Researcher. Researched 5 new dishes. We opened the restaurant for the night, finally serving that awful looking shark head to the critic. She loved it. Then, on the next day, the guy researching the sea people showed up and asked us to test a radar that he made. The radar is supposed to pick up similar signals as the one from the artifacts we acquired earlier, so we followed the radar on that dive, finding what looked like an entrance to an underwater cave or something, but it was blocked with a bunch of rocks. Then Cobra said that he was waiting on shipment, but it never came, and that he's been seeing pieces of it in the ocean. He gave us a task to find the pieces to build a drone, so we could get a bomb and open the cave we just found. We eventually get the items, and on the next day, we open the cave. There's a bunch of evidence of the sea people the researcher keeps talking about, including a bracelet we found there. Dr. Bacon, the researcher, now tests us to get a lamp to be able to see when we dive even deeper, and we get a trophy the moment we enter deep sea. Deep sea diver. Enter the deep sea for the first time. On another dive, I made progress on 2 trophies. One of them is this one. You have to find these photo spots and take the picture. You can get some cash by doing it as well, which is always good. For the other, you have to get 20 cans of cat food to feed the cat that lives at the restaurant. The problem is that the cat food is quite an uncommon drop from these red pots, that usually give you soy sauce, miso, and other stuff. Later, I also got this trophy. Predator of the Blue Hole. Caught 300 fish. We built a translation device to talk to the sea people, and the guy gave us a quest of finding some corals, making food with it, and giving it to the girl he was supposed to protect and was attacked by the giant octopus we saw earlier. So we did just that, then escorting the girl to her village, where we got this trophy upon entering it. Undersea civilization. Discovered the undersea village. Turns out, sea people don't trust humans for obvious reasons, but there are some earthquakes happening under the sea, and it's affecting them. We did some simple missions for the sea people in the village to get them to trust us, so their leader accepts our help. He sent us to the glacial passage, where we got a trophy upon entering, and after advancing a bit, we needed to get a crowbar to proceed. Meanwhile, we kept feeding the cat that lives in the sushi restaurant until he trusted us. Then we followed him and discovered that he had a kitten, getting this trophy. Momo's secret. And we also reached platinum rank on Cooksta. Poncho sushi regular. I then went back to the glacial passage and was able to open a path with the crowbar that I got previously. The next area had a few puzzles as well as photo spots. I got my 10th one in here, unlocking this trophy. Then I kept going, being chased by this huge zombified sea person until I got to a room safe from it. It was too cold to keep going from there, so we went back to the boat. From there, Cobra suggested we infiltrate in the Sea Blue base to get a component for a diving suit that would be able to withstand the cold. This group showed up before in the game and they were quite annoying, claiming that they were protecting the environment but were mostly destroying it. So we did just that, also getting this trophy in that area. Ration Eater. 8 rations. Okay, so this is the missable trophy, the only missable trophy in the game. Then we got the components we needed and escaped. On the next day, Dr. Bacon got it from us to make us a code-resistant suit, allowing us to explore the glacial area. And we also got 2 trophies while on the village of the sea people. Feeble Blacksmith. Dua's workshop opened. So let's see if we can get a trophy for the dumpling restaurant opening as well. Dumplings in the water. Mimo's restaurant opened. From there, we explored the glacial area a bit and found out that the water is boiling deep in it, making the glacier melt and causing the earthquakes. So we were tasked with finding the 3 rooms that would solve the problem once activated. We got one of them and were unable to get the other 2 right after. But one thing we were able to do was get a picture of all Sea People murals, getting this trophy. Sea People Historian. Meanwhile, at the restaurant, Bancho was taking part in some competitions against other chefs. For this last one, a person showed up along with the chef, one that belonged to Bancho's past and was highly critical of the way he made food. She finally tried some of it, even though she didn't exactly want to, and she loved it. And because of that, she offered to open a branch restaurant for Bancho Sushi, popping this trophy for us. Manager. Bancho Sushi formed a branch restaurant. Back to the main story, we were able to activate the 2 remaining mechanisms, but the door we needed to enter was blocked by roots. We also got attacked by that annoying dude that claims to protect the environment. It seemed like it was going to be a hard fight, but a huge creature showed up and destroyed the guy's submarine. Thing was, we had to fight that creature after. With that done, Dr. Bacon spoke to us. He made a drone sort of thing that has a laser able to cut stuff. But the laser was going to take 2 days to cut through all of those roots, so we went back to the surface and did some other stuff meanwhile. Like getting into a vortex to kill a huge white shark, for example. Or learning new recipes. Or killing a fish with a hammer. Or hunting this super weird fish. And by the way, we're gonna need 4 more of these for a trophy later on. The 2 days in game went by and we could finally go into the control room. So I went back to the glacial area to enter it. There were a bunch of weird eggs that hatched into these weird lobster things, so I had to kill them all. Some of them were attaching themselves to the Divine Tree Core, causing the earthquakes. Then, when we got rid of all of them, this huge creature appeared. The fight was long, but not exactly hard. It had 4 phases, basically. In the first one, you just had to use the drone's gun. In the second, you used the strong beam to cause even more damage. On the third, you kept using the beam, but while the boss was trying to flee. And on the last one, it started following you upwards and you just had to dodge. But after the fight, there was a super cute epilogue and the credits rolled, popping this trophy. A peaceful blue hole. Watch the ending credits. So that's it for the main story. With the main story done, I was still missing a bunch of trophies. I wanted to start with this one first, since I didn't get it when the credits rolled for the first time. For this one, I just had to shoot all of the developers' names before the credits ended, so pretty simple. Death Killer. Wiped out all the developers. Let's go. So basically, most of the trophies left now require some kind of grind, except for the one that I'm trying to do now. I just have to sell 200 items to this NPC, and I'm like halfway there. So I'm just going to sell him a bunch of stuff and get the trophy like that. And Blacksmith Helper. Sold 200 items at workshop. Okay, so onto the grind now. All of the grindy trophies required me to grind for gold. So trophies like these ones, where I had to buy expansions for the farm, get the sprinklers, and train employees. The way I decided to do that, along with catching fish, was planting sea grapes on the Sea People farm and planting carrots and eggplants on the regular farm, since they sell for a very good price in the restaurant. I was also opening all weapon crates for the last blueprint I needed for this trophy, and opening all red pots to get cat food for this one. It didn't take long to get one of the trophies. I just sold a bunch of fish that I've been breeding and went to the farm to buy some seeds. With the leftover money, I was able to get the sprinklers and this trophy. Professional farmer. Installed sprinklers in the garden. Right after that, I went onto another dive to repeat the process of opening crates. And this time, the blueprint I needed showed up on one of the very first crates I opened. Weapon collector. Let's go. After the previous night's restaurant shift, I was able to get some gold, using it to upgrade the farm. My wonderful rice field. Rice field expanded to maximum. My wonderful field. Vegetable farm expanded to maximum. Okay, so there's a storm happening right now, and when you dive at night in stormy weather, you can find like a vortex and you can fight a boss there. So what I'm trying to do is to get the trophy for having defeated all bosses. And I think this is the only one that I am missing, probably. So we'll see. Creature Hunter. Defeated all bosses. Let's go. Alright, so that was the last one that I needed. Finishing that mission gave me access to a mobile game that works like a Tamagotchi, but fish-themed. And there's a trophy attached to this game, so I have to play it while doing the other stuff for the other trophies. There wasn't much of note for a few hours after that, just grinding, farming, fishing, until in-game Friday came, which meant that it was the day I would get info on the last Fishmon I needed. Strange fish. Captured 5 Fishmon. Okay, so I just have to wait for him to be fully grown to get the Raise 5 Gal trophy. And then the other trophies are quite simple, so I'm going to get them after this one. Gal Master. Raise 5 Gals. Alright. So let's go to the sushi restaurants now. And we're going to feed the cat to get another trophy. Catman. Feed cat 20 times. And let's level up this employee to level 20 for one more trophy. Leadership. Trains employees to level 20. And now let's reach the last rank, diamond rank on Cooksta for the trophy and the platinum. Cooksta influencer achieved diamond rank in Cooksta and the best diver, collected all the trophies. And here's the platinum for Dave the Diver. It took me around 47 hours to get it. There is no trophy guide currently for this game, but I would say it's probably like a 2 or a 3 out of 10. So it's quite easy, it just takes a little while to collect everything that you have to collect. The game looks very good overall, and there are some cutscenes when you upgrade recipes and stuff like that that they look super cool. And to this date, this is probably my favorite indie game of all time. So that's it for this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you soon. Ciao.